Hey guys, what's up? It's Merc here for Bullshit Games, and it is time for another quest for gaming at college. Again, this video, like last week's quest, is going to be a little bit shorter, namely because all I have to talk about this week is my Dark Heresy group, and I'll talk a little bit about things coming up for summer. But D&D didn't meet this week, namely because our DM is getting ready to go to a conference. Wish him all the best of luck at that. And we'll be picking up again Monday, D&D that is. And I think we have about 3 weeks left, so we'll see how that goes and where it ends up. Hopefully we stop the evil undead and save the city. We probably won't. But hopefully we do. Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about Dark Heresy and our group. It's funny how the game works. In the beginning, the Psyker, because right now my group is, I have an Arbiter, who, if you guys don't know what any 40k lore, Arbites are kind of like paramilitary police. I have a Tech Priest, who is sort of like a religious tech guy. I have a Cleric, who is not like a D&D cleric, he is very much a battle priest. And I have a Psyker, who is kind of the equivalent of a magic user in the system. In the beginning, the Cleric was probably the best off character because of money and gear, but as the guys have leveled up, the Psyker has become progressively stronger. I'm trying to decide certain things. The Psyker player is really good at keeping his character from doing anything to break the game, which I appreciate, because he took the set of powers that let you heal. And for some weird reason in the rulebook, the basic power healing that's not in that branch has a 6-hour cooldown time, or else you might deal damage to the person you're trying to heal. All the heals that are in the special branch don't have that cooldown time. I don't understand why, but they don't. Which, I think if I had to arbitrarily balance it myself, I would just introduce that 6-hour cooldown time to make it so he couldn't heal people after every encounter. But on the trade-off for that, every time you use a psychic power, you have to make a roll, and if you roll a 9, or if you roll multiple 9s, you have to roll and see what kind of bad things happen, because to use a psychic power, you're tapping into the warp, which is the realm of demons and evil chaos gods. So there's a trade-off. But, I want to take a moment and talk about how funny it is when one person in the group is just hell-bent on doing something that nobody else in the group wants them to do. Namely, our Tech Priest in the group. Currently have them on a ship. They're exploring, trying to figure out what's going on. They came to a terminal to unlock some doors and shut down some security. And there was a door that they didn't need to unlock at all. Didn't need to go into the room, didn't need to unlock the door. The Tech Priest insisted on unlocking the door. Now, as he made his checks, he only unlocked the door that didn't need to be unlocked. Now, the door that didn't need to be unlocked led to what in 40k is known as the astropathic wire, where the ship's astropaths, which are special psychers that guide them through the warp when they travel faster than light, reside. I'm pretty sure the group Psyker and our Cleric were just determined in their mind that I was going to be a terrible person and have some horrible, horrible Gribbly come out of the choir room and go up and slay the survivors they were trying to talk to in the other room that also had a locked door that led to that you could only get the astropathic wire through that room. Granted, I thought about it, but it wasn't in my plans, and I decided not to. because at one point I was kind of worried our psyker was going to reach across the table and just choke our tech priest player until he passed out and couldn't do anything else. But that's just the way things work. Now, there's really only about 3 weeks left of that as well. But the nice thing is, our one player, the Arbites player, has become generally interested in the background and the lore of 40k. So he has bought himself a copy of the core rulebook, and I'm going to let him borrow some of my source materials to read and learn about the 40k setting. Now this is funny for me because I don't do GW much anymore. I got out of 40k, got out of fantasy, but I still like the setting, and I think that Dark Heresy, unlike Deathwatch or There's Only War, Black Crusade, all the RPGs from Fantasy Flight Games are a good way to still get your 40k fix and not, I don't know, not have to sell a kidney to do it. But it's kind of cool just introducing people to the setting, because it is a setting I've enjoyed for a long time. The other funny thing is we discussed familiarity and comfort levels with the game systems. And the one player and I, we were talking about how we had ran a couple games of Savage Worlds last semester, and he commented on how this semester it just feels a lot more fluid and natural running Dark Heresy. And I think part of that is I've been around 40k since I was probably 12. So that's 14 years now? It's been a while. So I have a pretty good in-depth understanding of 40k and the lore. And I'm very familiar with the rule system that is Dark Heresy. So that helps. I think for any game master, being familiar and comfortable with the game you're running helps a great deal. It's the one thing I worry a little bit about over summer running Shadowrun, is that I've never ran it before, so I'm worried that it might be a little shaky in the first couple of sessions, which they might be sessions that don't get recorded and thrown up on the channel, but afterwards I'll look to get some videos of that session up. But that's pretty much it for this episode. Coming back to D&D for a moment, I know that even after this semester's over, there's still going to be a core group of us that are going to look to get together and play it next semester. I don't know if our DM will be the same. I don't know what the group will look like, but I know that there will be D&D. Funnily enough, it's like I said before, especially on a college campus, once you get the ball rolling, people find out about it, you get people that are interested, and they'll come out, and they'll show support, and they'll ask if they can play. And that, to me, is fantastic. Also, something that might help us, I guess, a little bit with our numbers here, just on-campus gaming, is I guess the gaming store around here is going kind of offline for a while. I guess they're looking for a better location to do it in, which that might be a really good thing. If they get a nicer location that's bigger, has more room for stock, more room for games, more room for people to play, I'll definitely check them out again. But that's it for this time here at the Quest for Gaming at College. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, give us a like, comment, tell us what you liked. Subscribe is always good. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time here at Poolshay Games.